Welcome to another video. Today we're just going to try a regular survival world, and we're just going to go ahead and just do a few things today. This is not a hardcore house, so this isn't if we sometime die or whatever, we're going to still be able to get a respawn point. So anyways, we're going to go and just go from where we were last time. Try to keep things like very simple, but at the same time have a few fun times. They were kind of exploring some of the stuff, maybe try to get ourselves some shipwrecks, maybe some loot, something that it will kind of like, kind of everything, get excited. So anyway, I don't know, oh yes, that's right. I was in the middle of swimming. That's right. Yeah, I'd forgotten that we were in the middle of swimming. Oh well. Yeah, that kind of happens a lot, like I'll load up a world and I'll be like, I'm in like swimming, or I'd be in the middle of an ocean, like what was I doing out here, and I haven't done it in a couple of weeks or something. I think what it was is I was trying to find just like a village, I think, or maybe just an area to kind of like build and to kind of do a few things. Now it is night. I mean, we've only been here for like a whole day, as you can see. So we do need to get a few more supplies done. No mobs should really be out too much, not on your first day. I think it's usually by day 2, day 3, they start to really kind of appear. Hopefully, see, this is exactly, I hate drowns. They still exist regardless of everything, so we're gonna go ahead, find ourselves a nice little comfy spot. Maybe start setting up something, and I wouldn't mind doing something with, maybe doing a nice large build, on this particular world, so maybe take our time together. Maybe I might even do something, maybe go with something big as a castle, even, like, doing it over the next several months. Build it up, and then I can have some friends over, and then we can kind of like, play some survival on this particular world. I did have a RAM, unfortunately, because of circumstances, I wasn't able to afford the upkeep on payments, so I will try to get that within the next while, try to get my realm back up for everybody so everybody can come and join. Might end up having to start small, but that's for another video. So we're here, and it looks like we're heading up to a kind of, well, it looks like a island. But is it worth being on an island? I don't know. Now, I do have a feeling to start preparing, because, like, sometimes you know how mobs are, they kind of like, you're kind of like spawn, and, you kind of get, like, pop, and you're done. Like, I know that we could easily, like, respawn and stuff like that. That's no big issue. But I would rather not lose, like, the stuff we kind of did get already. Okay, and we're just gonna hip hop. Okay. Ooh. This is exactly what I meant. Mobs still spawn normally, so like if everything, I gotta wait till day, swim around like I'm lost, and kind of figure out where I'm going to park myself for the next, well, long little while. Now, I do feel like I want an area that will have the resources we're going to need, but at the same time, oh no 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 no. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, back on her. That's one thing I hate about swimming. I don't normally swim at night, honestly. I really don't. But I am trying to find stuff. See, ooh, you know what the thing is? I just realized one thing. The chances that we could maybe find gold. Oh, maybe golden diamonds. Maybe a mine shaft or something. Anybody knows that the Badlands actually have a lot of that. Those supplies. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. No, 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 no. Well, basically, we're heading into enemy territory. This ain't no combat video. Although I really did enjoy that one video. I had to admit this. The tanks that were just absolutely fun. Like, if I had that on any world, that would just be, like, really, really cool. Can you imagine you're cruising around in a tiger and just, like, rawr. Goodbye, creepers! Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give myself some, breathe room. And I'm out of the ocean. And we're stuck for a tiny bit, so I'm just gonna go make myself a little comfy spot. Okay, I'm away from the open. Now, what did I grab from last time? Okay, well, it seems like we got some cactus flowers, some cactus, some trees, some seeds. We got ourselves our crafting table. We got ourselves our furnace, which actually looks like a stove, which is kind of really absolutely hilarious. Yeah, so it's just, wait, so I'm gonna just, since I'm gonna need a little bit light here anyway, so we're just gonna go over here and we're just gonna pop in the sand. That's good. Anyway, I'm just gonna probably spend some time and just do a little digging here. I'm waiting for most of that to kind of like, kind of day to kind of thing. Now we could use some more sand. Many might not know, but any sand variant will cook normally into regular glass. So you're good to go. Oops. Okay, we're just going to put red sand. And you will see that that will fill it from one to multiple. Now, if we are going to be building out our kind of like our base, I'm going to put it that way. We are going to need like quite a bit of like sand, maybe kind of colored like windows type thing. So getting like supplies like iron and that will be probably one of our first kind of like rules to getting some stuff together. Okay, now we're gonna go back underneath. We're just gonna hide ourselves. I think what I will do is just because of, we're just gonna pop that. You know what? I actually like like the texture on that. That just looks really nice. See, it doesn't matter. The glass is glass considering to the game, so it's not going to change the color of the glass depending on what color it is. It's going to still come as one color. So we're going to let that pop through. Do I have any more? So no, I do have terracottas now. Is it worth me to kind of dig? Yeah, maybe we should dig because then I could get some supplies and stuff like that. Which is actually not a bad idea at this point. Because like I said, we are kind of like in a biome that could possibly, get us a few things. I'm not going to make it too much of a habit to post too many long videos over the next long time. I will try to keep them down to 30 minutes or so. And to those who don't really like the long videos, I do apologize. I just want to be sure that there is something out there for people to enjoy. Alright, well, it looks like our day is there. I should actually put my soundscapes on, because soundscapes will actually inform me when it's daytime and that. Because usually what happens, it will, like, have, like, the rooster will kind of, like, collect when it's daytime. So you kind of, if you're wondering what time is it, can I go outside, can I do this? It should be okay. Alright. Since we're in a safe zone, I'm going to go in here, and we're just going to break free. I keep forgetting where that. Alright. I want to explore. But now that it's day, the baddies should be going to bed. So I'm gonna go check out what we have. Now, I wouldn't mind a desert temple. You know, those are not too hard to raid and get some supplies. Maybe find something else. Ooh. I gotta watch myself, don't I? Sometimes I'm like, oh, dang, I'm not thinking I was filling my death there, and that's a little bit curious. Let's see. What is that? Where are we anyway? I know there's a lot of things, and you know, like some of the new terrain stuff is pretty nice, though. Actually, so we're gonna need wool. I do want to make a bed. Set spawns somewhere. Where do we go from here? I do like the fact they put the dead bushes now into like the Badlands kind of areas. Like that's nice. It kind of gives you that little edge. Is that a temple there? Ow. No. Let's see. You know, we're gonna have to make our way down. I'm up. Yeah, we don't exactly got like truckloads of like food, so I want to be very, very cautious. Going down. And I do apologize. Cautious is not a word. Like I said, if we can find like a desert like this, then we should be able to get enough things for everything. Now, I should get rid of a few things here. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of those, these, and these, and these. Because I do need other things, and I don't need that. So we're just going to get some more glass for sure. And we are going to have to start looking for some sheep. I want to get that done so that way we have a respawn point. Whatever. Alright. I'd say about... say stack? So we got a few already from like before. So I just want to be sure, like, if we're going to start making anything, like we do have a good start. But I don't want to be too far from any type of like sand or anything, because if we do need more brine when we start our building, it will, you know, be harder to find. Now, cactus can be actually turned into green dye, so if we do need some dyeing or whatnot, then it's there. I mean, this feels like it goes on forever, and I really don't think that we are going to find it, like, anything right off the bat. Still a good area. There's our armadillo. Saw me and went to a little bullet. Yeah, I mean... I think this is like the dark... Is that the dark oak? Dark oak biome? I think they changed up the textures a bit. I also like the color of the sand in that. At the same time, I don't want to lose that, but I really don't want to be into too many places where, like, I don't get anything I do need. And we're just going to play caution. We're just going to go up. Whee. Be careful when entering this place, because I could tell you now I've broken up more than once with creepers and skeletons and the whole 9 yards because of the fact that I got trapped into bamboo. It was just really kind of embarrassing. So I'll try to avoid as much as possible. It kind of just looks weird when you're walking through, so... like, hopefully we will find what we're searching for. Like, I still do, like I said, want a desert pyramid for other things. I like the colors of sand, yes, but may end up having in the end to kind of like get rid of it in the end due to the fact that we need to find ourselves a good spot. Now this is like the red sand, that's fine. Now they don't stack on top of each other, so if you're thinking like I could stack regular sand with like red sand, no. You can't stack it on top until they're turned into glass, then you can't stack it on top of each other. What do we want? What do we want? Now you see, we have lots of stuff. I just don't know. Ooh. It was pretty, but pretty scary. Can I get down safe? You know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna do it like this way. Because I gotta be careful. Because I don't have a lot of health, that I don't have spare food that will kind of like, you know, stop everything. Yeah. Made myself a staircase. Anyways, let's just get out of here. I do like it, but not as much as I like this. This is more kind of like my turf, I guess I'll call it. Now I do see some sheep. We're gonna need that sheep because we're gonna need some, well, now I should shear it, but I mean, we should be able to find some more. Thank you. We're gonna need a couple. We're gonna pour around our bed till we find our spot. You didn't know something? That was just funny. He's just sitting there, head down, and the next thing you know, I'm smacking around like a bowling ball. That's funny. I guess I just always picture sheep like bowling balls in this game because it's so funny. They could be doing a normal task and you're like, bowling ball! Now, I'm going to get a couple beds in case if like I do set one somewhere and I happen to forget where I put my bed. I want to have a couple spare. Hi, Mr. Wolf. Did you give me any sheep that I need to find? I mean, we should have enough for like a little while or whatever, whatnot, so that's pretty good. And most of these biomes do carry a fair amount of them. Now, like I said, this is where the kind of cooked food would come in handy. Now, I do have the melons, which are not very tasty, because you take forever to eat until your finger's gone down the cup again. I'll do this for a little bit. Excuse me. Okay, well, we got our energy back. Okay. See, we went through like something like 12, 14 of those. I mean, it's a good thing like we kind of did get like the watermelon anyways, because like I said, I didn't really have like a lot of okay, oh, that's what it wasn't. I'm glad I got the watermelon to kind of get like some food, because like I knew that we didn't have very much food on hand, so I knew that would be kind of an issue if I didn't. Now I easily could just go back into the jungle and get some more. Like, I mean, that'd be kind of easiest one to do. It's one of the faster food supplies, but not the most nutritious. We do got some, excuse me, some mutton, and it's on day 2 now. So like, I mean, we could do that. I have to say though, like this is like one of the nicer forests. Like I like tall trees and stuff like that, especially if you're trying to hide a base. But it doesn't seem to catch what I'm aiming at. That's why sometimes I could travel for like up to 1,000 blocks or more, just to get everything that I really want or to kind of do. And now I could go out this way, but something keeps pulling me back this way. Like something says, go that way, go that way. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to follow my bee tuition, and I'm going to go this way, because this is where it says to go. But there is also night falling upon us, so I think what we're going to do is hunker down for the night. You know, since we have like a lot of trees and that, maybe we can make ourselves like, you know, some fresh stuff, some new tools, stuff like that. Okay. Alright. That's good. Nice if I don't touch with my fists. There. And always good to get a couple supplies. Then to travel another day by bunkering down at least one of the nights or a couple nights. You also gotta be a little careful when doing that because, like, if you don't have like things like this kind of like closed off or whatever, whatnot, and it could technically take you down anyway. And if you're really worried about like kind of like the Enderman and that, try not to make it more than too high. If you're kind of new at playing Minecraft, they do fit in 3 block heights, but not 2. So if you're trying to escape them and you find a 2 block high kind of like something like this, then I would suggest like go in there and just hide for a while. That would be probably your best bet at this point. Anyway. So we're stuck here a tiny bit. But anyways, what we're going to do is spend our time and kind of, like I said, get in some of the stuff. Now, I do have some... Okay, that is my torches. Okay. There we go. Let there be light. And we're going to go over here. We're going to pop that down. We're going to pop that there. And I do believe... Where did I put my mutton? There's my mutton. I only got 9 mutton, which is actually kind of unfortunate. I got 1 potato. Now, I should do kind of... find a small area, do kind of like a potato farm. Because if you plant 1, you guys think you get 2 back. You plant the 2, you get 4 back, so on and so forth. And then eventually you'll have your own kind of like, you know, potato farm type thing. Now, it takes, I think, a day and 2 days to grow in-game. So... yeah, understand the growth rate, make sure you come prepared. Like again, we could even use a sword or a hoe and kind of plow the field, get seeds from chopping the long grass if you're traveling around, and you could get the seeds which you could actually then plant and make yourself your own wheat garden. And that would be another way to source food as well. I mean, I do a lot of my builds sometimes in like different worlds, like on a Creative Sense. I haven't done that in a little while now, but I do want to keep things kind of like interesting for people. I do want to try to find more stuff that kind of, you know, people are aiming for and stuff like that. I just want to be very careful doing this because I don't know if this whole thing is... The only thing that makes that sound is if there's a mob kind of swimming. Oh, it's a drown. That's what it is. Okay. Also, one thing is, if you're still kind of new at some things with Minecraft, just realize one thing is that water columns can pull you down, and same with drowns, they can pull you down. That's why it's safer to travel in a boat than they can't. I did open swim, which I should have just used a boat in the first place. But just a word of caution, because some people don't realize that, and they figure, well, I'll be fine. Maybe in the earlier versions of, like, Minecraft, yeah, because we didn't have the drowns back in the early alpha versions. So when they came up with the aquatic update, they started introducing things like drowns and much of the other things that we are kind of like we're used to today. Now, I don't want to overcrowd my inventory because due to the fact that I got stuff that I want to pick up and, you know, use. Now, I should have kept the seeds. Somebody might say you should have kept the seeds for the reasons for planting. Well, yeah, but I don't eat a lot of pumpkin kind of based items in Minecraft. Like maybe I might find some jungle and maybe get the cocoa seeds and stuff like that, make some cookies. But like rarely, it's more like mutton, pork chops, stuff like that. But just standard stuff. And we actually got that done. I'm okay. Is that a cooked fish? Okay, it was cooked. All right, perfect. I think we're gonna leave that for now, and we're gonna pull this up. And this is a problem with having sometimes too much. Okay, there. Alrighty. Once it gets to day, I thought about picking up some more wood, because we don't really seem to have, like, too much on the wood department as opposed to some of the other things. I'll probably get rid of this dirt and this arrow, stuff like that. Maybe the mushroom. That was just part of our original opening chest there that we got, and I kind of just took it as part of like everything, and then it kind of took off. And as for other VODs and that I will be looking at, I will have to be looking at the release versions, their compatible versions. As I'm playing on Pocket Edition, the fact is that some mods will not work on Pocket Edition. They may work on Bedrock, Java, and all that stuff, but yeah. So I kind of limited on some of those things. I might have a friend kind of set up on their own world and maybe see if we can work with them on that, and then we can actually have a few adventures that way. Like I said, I will be looking into a compatible version of Mowski's Mobs, and you will see how that is. I have played it before with Agency Minecraft, or I'm sure there's a video somewhere on my channel with that. And these mobs are not like all easy mobs. Now, it will tell you which ones are hard, which ones are more easier. There was one video where me and Agency Minecraft went into one of the castles and came up against a mechanical monster, which actually did not turn well for both of us. We just kept getting slaughtered. Yeah, it was a bit of a funny moment, but we both laughed about it afterward. We thought it was so funny. I'm sure that there is kind of like a gameplay on that one and his point of view. I'm not sure if I ever did post mine. Yeah, I wouldn't have those copies anymore, which is unfortunate. But it is kind of like fun, because it kind of gives you like kind of more of a diverse kind of thing, and you can get some decent loot from like killing these mobs, or kind of like working with it. So it's kind of like an add-on that you can add into your world. I'm sure the marketplace had even a copy of it somewhere, which I unfortunately can't afford, so I'm going to be looking for a different version that I could use myself. Anyways, I can see that it's almost day. Let's just see where we're at. We're about 20 so minutes. That's good. But yeah, okay, we're gonna call it here. I'm just gonna go for a quick spin here. Let's get out of here. Okay, let's get up here. All right. I'm sorry if you hear my cat in the background. The baby is like really independent right now, and like her mother still tries to coddle her into following her, and the baby's not getting independent. So if you hear like a little like hissing and stuff like that, they're arguing with each other like a mother and daughter would. Rest assured, the kitten is perfectly healthy. She still feeds it. They just get into their kind of like, I guess you'll say, disgruntledness. Okay, see, here's what I meant by thing. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to drop off some stuff here. So we're going to drop off that, and we're also going to drop off the dirt. Okay, there we go. And I will grab a few of these, yeah. Now, this may feel like it's darker, but this is actually pretty bright. Now, I could get some more of the, melons, but I mean, I'm pretty looking to getting a better, like I said, food source, stuff like that. It doesn't take much to make the cocoa beans into cookies, but you do need some wheat. I'm hoping to find as a village. Okay, let's get around here. Oh, this is like trying to run around with pole path. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. All right. Let's see where I want to get out of here. I just want to cross this and get to another area. That way we don't. There's ways. Ow. Ow. Yeah. I usually definitely on that one. Ways around creepers. Well, the explosion in a water setting would soften most of the blow. So if you're looking to, and you're in problems with, say, creepers and stuff like that, find the nearest water source and head for it. Even if they're in water, enduring water, chances are the explosions will be way less powerful than actually if they were beside you and kind of blowing it up or something like that. So just to give you a bit of a heads up, a little bit of a tip that I kind of learned early on. Same with Enderman. If you just stand in a water source, they can't actually follow you. I remember, in fact, one time when I first started Minecraft, I was so scared of Enderman because, I said, they hit hard and everything else. I used to tell that to people that I knew. And I thought that somebody said, well, go in the water. They can't follow you. But I don't know if it was just the version I was on or what happened. But the Enderman literally stood in the water without taking damage and actually was attacking me. And I'm like, why? It's supposed to be, you go in the water, they're not supposed to be able to touch you. And it was kind of very interesting. Wow. That's a lot of beans on this plant. You could go at the lower end, but they kind of limit how much they drop as the bigger ones do. Alright. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to take too much with me. No, we won't worry about him. He can live today. Let's make our way through this. I will still probably pick up a few more, actually. If I do happen to find a village, I hope to find something I can take the wheat from. And keep your ears open because usually tells you if there's mobs nearby, stuff like that. So everything. How's my health? Well, I mean, I'm starting to go. And that's where you get ganged on. Now I'm safe. Woo! Taking that beating there. To avoid a lot of things, just understand though, if you're gonna go in the water, the thing is careful of that. Okay, well, Tushy just fell to her death. Oh, well, not fell to her death, but... Alright, let's dig it. Alright, and up. Chop her head. Oh, and yes, you can climb the vines too. Alright. Now, I should be able... I'm just going to use a bit of sand here because I don't want to waste up all my cobble trying to get up to the top here. You on a rare occasion you can find like a vine, like it might go all the way out. Can I make that? No, just cheat. There you go. Thank you. And now I can just hop over. Oh no. No. I got stuck. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it for now. But yeah, go ahead and try this out for yourself. Just German roll. I would actually just try it on peaceful if I were you, and take it from there. Anyways, I'm gonna let it go for this video. As I hope you all have yourselves a great B-day. Cheers.